welcome back, DGen crew. So on the last stream, I said I wasn't gonna gamble, and then I immediately went and gambled. No, for real though. I was looking at the government shutdown prediction on Polymarket, and I said I wasn't going to purchase it. And I said if you wanted to buy a lottery ticket, go ahead and buy a lottery ticket. And that I was going to wait to the following day to see if the odds were going to jump. But what ended up happening, I was lying down and I was thinking to myself, okay, is that actually the right way to be thinking about this? Just to see if the odds are going to jump the next day, or is there a better strategy to go into this? So I was lying there thinking about this, and I said, okay, I need to do a little bit more work on this one. And I started to chat, and so I ended up coming up with a little bit more of a theory that I ended up executing. Don't worry, I didn't lead you the wrong direction. I didn't make any money on it, but I can tell you, I'll explain how I sort of broke it down to get to the conclusion that I came to. So I ended up back testing against a bunch of other government shutdowns, and the simple conclusion that I came to was, if I bought, so the government shutdowns in the past have either gone really quickly or they've gone way longer. But there was not a lot of in between middle days. There wasn't a lot of 3 and 4 days that the government shutdown had lasted. And in my head, there was the midterms weren't close enough for them to try to drag this out longer. It wasn't really in anyone's best interest to drag it out. And I was trying to take these predictions at face value, where they had said already that the government was going to reopen the next day. So initially my plan was just to wait and see if it opened the next day. But I realized I could long a yes and at the same time short a no, so that I was hedged. So the way this worked was, the 7-day was paying out almost 94%, and the 5-day was paying out almost 20%. So I was able to say no for days 5, because the government said that they were going to open up again on day 4. So if you were following along at their face value, that this wasn't going to drag out for another day, then it made sense to say no, that it wasn't going to last a 5th day. But the odds jumped a ton when you got into day 7. So for me, if it was going to go, if the government was going to backtrack on what they said, it meant there was an ulterior motive there. Like, it wasn't necessarily just a clerical thing that was going to happen. So if there was ulterior motive, it wasn't just going to last 5 days. It was going to last longer, and no one really would have known how much longer. And the difference between day 10 and day 7 wasn't big enough to go, okay, I'm going to go that far out on the risk. So I just bought yes for that it would last 7 days, and no that it wouldn't last 5 days. So that sort of hedged my bet. I ended up having to position it so that it equaled out what I was going to lose on one bet. So for example, if I lost the 7 days, I bought it in a very small amount, and I bought a bigger amount on the no for lasting day 5. So I ended up buying something like $50 for the no on day 5, and $5 or $10 on the yes on day 7. But if it had hit 7, it was going to pay out like $500. So that was where it was worth the hedge. So in the end, I ended up winning one and losing the other. So I lost 100% of the $10, and I won 19% of it was $44. So I won 19% of that. So it technically covered my loss. I was off by $1 in terms of my sizing. So I could have sized it a little bit better. But a $1 loss, if I had placed this same wager at these exact same odds, based on the back test, if I'd placed the same wager 10 times, I would have won it 8 of those 10 times. So it still makes sense. It was still a good prediction. It was still a good prediction to place it that way, and I would do it again now that I know that. So I've added that into the spreadsheet. We're going to see in 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, if they're going to close down again. And now that we know this, if they do close down again, I'll make the exact same bet if it's positioned the same way. So we're going to go ahead and claim this one, even though it's not technically making any money. We're claiming it. I chalk that up as a win because we have a lot of good information for the next one. And these government shutdowns keep happening. They happen a few times. My guess is it'll happen a few times this year. So the fact that we know this information now means we can put it towards the next one. So fireworks, not for the money, but we're getting the fireworks for the information. Claim it, lock it in, 19%, but we lost the other 100% of the other $10 bet. So we'll take it, taking it for the information. Every time I wait for those fireworks, it takes so long and it's kind of anticlimactic. But there you go. Got the fireworks for the information. Locked in. And on to the next one. Actually, while I'm here, I wanted to take profits on the nothing will ever happen. While we're here on this one, I wanted to just lock in the profits. The crypto market is down quite a bit. It's very possible. I still don't think they would ever sell any crypto, but it's very possible that they go and raise a bunch more money and buy a lot more at current prices. So the way this ran up from 19 cents all the way to 70 cents, I don't really have a great reason other than that just to lock in the profits. I could probably do a 50% profit if I really wanted to, but there's $150 there. It's up almost 300%. I think you could easily lock in 50%, but for leaving 20% on the table for this one, I don't think is necessarily worth it at this point. I actually think it could probably fall from here and then buy back in at a later point. So I am just going to take profits on this one. Now again, these markets aren't super liquid, so if I just do a straight sell, yeah, it's not a great price. It's giving me 72. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna end up selling half right away. Let's see how liquid it is. Let's check out the order book. There's a pretty big spread. I'm gonna try to be a little strategic about it and take profits with some limits in there. If I was really not certain, you would just, even though it's taking a pretty big percentage hit, you would probably just sell max right away. But I think I could sell. We'll sell 25% just at the market, 73 cents. Sold. We'll do another 25% at 75. This will put an order in. So now I'm in. Now I close the spread to 70. I close the spread to 2 cents. Nothing's been filled of that order, and I'll hold on to the rest and try to sell at a later time. But I'm not against buying back into this one. This is one I've been trading around, so I'm going to keep an eye on this. And we got a quick little stream there for you. Hope you like that. Can't wait for the next government shutdown. Let's go.